Hi everyone, welcome back to Reading Now. We're going to be doing reading for day 4 in our chapter book. So today we're going to read chapter 2 titled Turning Up the Volume. So first we're going to begin with our focus question like we do for every lesson in reading. And our focus question today is, what does all sound start as? A vibration or a jump? So I want you to think about that. We learned one of those vocabulary words yesterday while reading chapter 1. So I'm going to reread the focus question and I want you to think about what the answer may be. Because after we're done reading, we're going to revisit our focus question like we do all the time. So I'm going to reread the focus question and then I want you to put that answer and I want you to keep it in your mind while we do our reading and then again when we revisit our focus question at the end of the lesson. So going back to our focus question. What does all sound start as? A vibration or a jump? Okay, and now I have my answer in my head and I'm going to hold that while I read chapter 2 and then also see if my answer was correct when I revisit the focus question at the end of the reading. So let's start off with our 5 vocabulary words we're going to hear in our story. So as I say them, you will repeat back after me. Sounds, tall, loud, quiet, and soft. And what I would like you to do is I'd like you to grab chapter 2 titled Turning Up the Volume in your packet. If you need a few minutes to find it, you may pause the video right now and then when you have it, you can press the play button again to read with us. So remember, as I read and I'm pointing to the words, I would like you all to follow along and you can also read along with me. I'm also going to stop and answer some questions or ask them while we read our chapter. So I'm going to begin. Chapter 2, Turning Up the Volume. The students sing a song. Miss Bliss cannot hear them. The students sound quiet. They need to sing louder. Why do the students sound quiet? They feel their throats. When they whisper, their throat vibrates a little, and when they yell, their throat vibrates a lot. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pause, and I want you to whisper something very softly. And as you do that, I want you to press your hand right here to your throat. Okay, so I'm going to whisper. And I'm going to feel my throat. Did my throat vibrate a little while I whispered, or did my throat vibrate a lot? So let's do it one more time. So I learned that when I whisper, my throat only vibrates a little. Now I'm going to not yell, but I'm going to talk louder as I am right now. And I'm going to feel my throat. And I'm going to check to see if my throat vibrates a little, like when I whispered, or does my throat vibrate a lot? So I'm going to say, hi everyone, in a nice loud voice, and I'm going to feel my throat. Hi everyone. So as I say that, I'm going to do it one more time, and I'm going to feel if my throat vibrates a little bit or if my throat vibrates a lot. Hi everyone. So I felt that when I talk louder, my throat vibrates more, okay? It vibrates a lot. So when you whisper something, your throat vibrates a little bit, and when you talk louder, your throat vibrates a lot. So we're going to move on and turn the page. Look at the sound wave. A flat line means it is quiet. A tall wave means the sound is loud. A short wave means the sound is soft. So now we're talking about different types of wavelength. So a tall line means the sound is loud, so when it spikes like this, and a short line, when it's little, it means the sound is soft. So the same as vibrating in your throat. When you whisper, you have a soft sound. And when you talk louder, you have your throat vibrates more. and makes a loud sound. He takes a deep breath of air. This makes his throat vibrate more. The sound wave is tall. The noise is loud. Jacinda whispers and makes a soft sound. She takes a small breath of air. This makes her throat vibrate a little. The sound wave is short. The noise is soft. So now I'm going to pause and I'm going to ask you a question. It says, what can all sounds be? Can they be soft sounds, loud sounds, or both? So what can sounds be? Soft, loud, or both? So let's think about that. So I know that as we're reading the chapter, sounds can be both soft and loud depending on what you do. If you whisper or say something softly, it's going to be a soft sound. Or if you yell or you sing loud, you're going to hear a louder sound. Cynthia turns up the music really loud. The students feel the sound waves vibrate. The music is too loud, and it hurts their ears. Some noises are too loud. Some sounds are not safe to listen to. Some noises are okay. They won't hurt our ears. We can listen to people talking or a vacuum cleaner. So depending on noise levels, when you listen to something that's way too loud, your ears might start to hurt. But also if you listen to something that's really, really soft, you might have to turn it up a little bit so you can hear it clearly. So I want to ask you a question. What are soft sounds that you might hear, or soft sounds that you hear right now? And I want you to think about that. So a soft sound that I hear right now is outside my window, and I'm looking outside right now. I can hear that the birds are chirping, and I consider that a soft sound. And then I want you to think about, what is a loud sound you might hear now? And maybe you don't hear one because it's quiet in your home. But think about, do you hear a loud sound right now? So a loud sound that I actually hear right now, which you maybe don't hear, is that on the side of my house they're doing construction. So I hear a lot of beeping, and I hear a lot of people driving machines up and down my street. It's been noisy all day. So that is a loud sound that I hear right now. So what we're going to do now is I would like you to take out your questions that go along with chapter 2. So some of you in your packet have our multiple choice chapter 2 questions, and some of you might have our fill in the blank chapter 2 questions. So I want you to find which questions you have in your packet, and you should know which ones look familiar to you that you use in school. So if you need some extra time, you can pause the video right now, and once you have your questions in front of you, you can press play again so I can begin reading those questions to you. So I'm going to start by saying to everyone is remember to put your first and last name on the top of your paper as best as you can, because that's what we're practicing. So your first and last name at the top of your paper. So I want you to remember, those of you that are doing multiple choice questions, you're going to need a pencil so you can circle your answer. And those of you that are doing the fill in the blank questions, you want to remember that you're going to cut out these 5 pictures on the top. So you're either going to need some scissors and then glue or tape, whichever you may have. If you need a little bit of extra time because you have this packet, you can pause the video right here to do so you can cut out your pictures and prep your work. Once you're done cutting out all your pictures, you can press the play button again so then you can follow along as I read them. So I'm going to start with the chapter the Chapter 2 multiple choice questions. So I'm going to read out the question with the answers, and you're going to make sure that you circle the answer that you believe best answers the question. And then I will read the Chapter 1 of the fill in the blanks. So question number 1 for multiple choice. What is this chapter about? Light, soccer, or sound? And you want to circle your answer. Then you will just wait until I read question 2. Question number 1 on the fill in the blank. The students sound blank. Sounds, tall, loud, quiet, or soft. Number 2 for multiple choice. What kind of wave means a sound is loud? A tall, a flat, or a short? Circle your answer that you believe is the correct one. Question number 2 on fill in the blanks. A blank wave means the sound is loud. Sounds, tall, loud, quiet, or soft. Make sure that you're gluing your answer in the blank. Question number 3 on multiple choice. What kind of sound does Rhett yell make? Loud, soft, or no sound? You're going to circle your answer. Number 3 on fill in the blank. Rhett yells and makes a blank sound. Sounds, tall, loud, quiet, or soft. Question number 4 on multiple choice. What kind of sound does Jensita's whisper make? Loud, soft, or music? Question number 4 on fill in the blank. Jensita whispers and makes a blank sound. Sounds, tall, loud, quiet, or soft. And then question number 5 on multiple choice. What is important to know about this chapter? The students need to learn to vacuum. Listening to loud music is good for my ears. Or some sounds are not safe to listen to. Question number 5 on fill in the blank. Some blank are not safe to listen to. Sounds, tall, loud, quiet, or soft. Okay, if you have the fill in the blank questions, you're just going to put them down for a minute. I'm just going to do the extra questions on the multiple choice before we correct our work. So for those of you that have the multiple choice questions, you're going to flip over to the back so we can bubble in the answer. Now remember, some questions may have more than one correct answer, but we're focusing on just making sure we at least get one of them if it has 2 answers. So number 6. How does Rhett make a loud sound with his voice? Bigger vibrations, a deep breath, or hitting a drum? You're going to bubble in that answer that is correct. Number 7. How does a sound wave look when Jacinda whispers? Tall, short, or flat? Number 8. What hurts Juan's ears? Illness, people talking, or loud music? Number 9. What noise can hurt your ears? A vacuum cleaner, a rock concert, or talking? And then number 10. How can we protect our ears from loud sounds? People can wear earplugs when they are around loud noises. People should not listen to loud noises for long periods of time. Or people should wear glasses. Remember, you're bubbling in your answers. If you need extra time to fill them in, you can pause your video and do so, and then when you're ready for correction, you can press the play button again. So right now, I would like everybody, just like we do in class, you're going to get out a correcting tool. It could be a marker, it could be a crayon, it could be a colored pencil, it could be a pen, anything that you have. And we're going to fill in our answers to each of these questions. I'm going to start off with the multiple choice, number 1, and then I will move to the fill in the blank. So number 1, what was this chapter about? Light, soccer, or sound? The correct answer is sound. So you want to make sure that letter C is circled, and if it's not, you're going to put an X on it, and you will circle the correct one. If it is correct, you're going to make sure that you put your check. For the fill in the blanks, number 1, the students sound blank. So the students sound quiet. Remember, Miss Bliss tells them at the beginning of the story that she cannot hear them. Number 2, I'm going to go with the multiple choice. What kind of wave means a sound is loud? A tall, a flat, or a short? The correct answer is tall. Remember, the taller the wavelength, the louder the sound is. The shorter the wavelength, the softer the sound is. So if you circled the letter A, you're going to mark it with a check mark if you got it correct. If not, you just put an X, and then you would circle your correct one. Number 2 for the fill-in. A blank wave means the sound is loud. So the correct answer for this one is tall. A tall wave means the sound is loud. Question number 3. What kind of sound does Rhett's yell make? A loud sound, a soft sound, or no sound? And the correct answer is loud. Remember, when we talk louder or yell, our throat vibrates a lot. So the correct answer is A. If you got it right, you'd put a check. If you got it wrong, you'd put an X and you would correct your work. Number 3 on the fill-in, Rhett yells and makes a blank sound. So Rhett yells and he makes a loud sound. The louder you talk, the louder the sound is that you make. Number 4. What kind of sound does Jacinda's whisper make? A loud, a soft, or music? The correct answer is soft. Remember, a whisper is a soft sound because when you whisper, your throat only vibrates a little bit. So when you talk soft, the softer your voice is. Number 4 on the fill-in. Jacinda whispers and makes a soft sound. So soft is going to be your fill-in. And then number 5. What is important to know about this chapter? The students need to learn to vacuum. Listening to loud music is good for my ears. Or some sounds are not safe to listen to. And the correct one you should bubble in is C. Some sounds are not safe to listen to. Some sounds are too loud and can hurt your ears. And number 5 for the fill-in, some blank are not safe to listen to. And your fill-in is going to be sounds. If you have your fill-in, if you are the ones that have the fill-in question, you're going to be all done, and you can just put that aside while I go over the back of the multiple choice questions. Remember, some of these might have more than one correct answer, so as long as you circled one of the correct answers, you would mark it right. And then you would also, if they have more than one correct answer, you would also bubble the other correct answer in. So starting with number 6. How does Rhett make a loud sound with his voice? Bigger vibrations, deep breaths, or hitting a drum? And the correct answer is bigger vibrations. The louder the sound, the more vibration you get in your throat. Number 7. How does a sound wave look when Jacinda whispers? Tall, short, or flat? The correct answer is B. Remember, the shorter the sound wave, so the shorter the wave, the softer the sound. The taller the sound wave, the louder the sound. Number 8. What hurts Juan's ears? Illness, people talking, or loud music? And the correct answer is C. In the chapter, Juan had to cover his ears because the music was too loud. Number 9. What noise can hurt your ears? A vacuum cleaner, a rock concert, or talking? And the correct answer could be, there's 2. It could be a vacuum cleaner, because sometimes those are very loud, and a rock concert. So sometimes when you go to a concert, you might want to bring earplugs with you, especially if you're close to the speaker, because those speakers are really big and it can hurt your ears. Number 10. How can we protect our ears from loud sounds? People can wear earplugs when there are around loud noises. People should not listen to loud noises for long periods of time, or people should wear glasses. So there's 2 correct answers for this. People can wear earplugs when they are around loud sounds, like we just talked about if you go to a concert. And people should not listen to loud music for long periods of times. Sometimes after you listen to something loud, especially loud music, or if you go to a concert, if any of you have ever been, and I know that when I go to concerts, sometimes when I leave concerts, all I hear is my ears ringing. And that's from all the loud vibrations that I was hearing at the concert. So now that we are done with our questions, we're going to revisit our focus question and then just say our vocab words again to close out our lesson. So let's revisit our focus question. And our focus question was, what does all sounds start as? A vibration or a jump? The correct answer to our focus question is a vibration. We talked about loud vibrations, which means the louder you talk, the louder vibrations are, and soft vibrations. So the softer you talk, such as a whisper, the softer the vibration or no vibration you might get. And now just to close out with our 5 vocab words. As I read them, you will repeat after me. Sounds, tall, loud, quiet, and soft. So that is going to be it for our Chapter 2 reading today. Tomorrow we will continue with Chapter 3 reading. And now you guys can turn in for a math lesson on time. See you during math.